Are you one of those people that wakes up stiff and sore first thing in the morning? Your back pain tends to always be worse when you first wake up. You go to roll over or you go from sitting to standing and you notice that this achiness, the stiffness just makes you feel old. And what happened? Why first thing in the morning? Well, today I'm going to discuss this common problem, and you're not alone if you're experiencing this. My name is Dr. Dawn Andalone. I'm a physical therapist that specializes in treating back pain and sciatica, and I find that so many people are dealing with back pain that happens first thing in the morning. So we're going to talk today in this video about why it's happening, what you can do to solve it, maybe some of the things that you hadn't heard before, and that way you can come up with a better solution to wake up and feel more energized in the morning. Now, I know how difficult it is when you just want to get started in your day and you go to roll over and that stiffness, that achiness, you're like, why is this happening? Do I have to take medications every morning? Or can I just get on with my day and do my exercise routine and maybe it'll get better? Well, the good news is it can with the right approach. Now, one of the first reasons why your back pain is worse first thing in the morning is due to more of the obvious thing. You're not active enough. You're more sedentary in your lifestyle. Maybe you're sitting way too much. You're sitting at a desk all day or sitting in the car all day, and you're not doing the appropriate amount of exercise and movement throughout your day that your body really needs. Now, your connective tissue or your fascia, your muscles lie underneath there. And that fascia, you can think about it like cobwebs. So it gets kind of stuck and rigid. And if you're not getting enough movement, that is not going to help the muscles underneath really do their job. So you have to have movement to get that fascia to move. And then also your joints. Your joints need lubrication. Your joints and your muscles need blood flow, circulation. And within your joints, you have synovial fluid, and that fluid keeps the joints mobile and moving and creates that feeling of ease and less pain. So your body is like, motion is lotion and it likes it. So you got to keep moving in order for your joints to stay lubricated. And inactivity can be a primary cause for why first thing in the morning you've stayed in the same spot for 6 to 8 hours. And it just needs that movement. So more movement throughout the day is going to actually help you feel better first thing in the morning. Number 2, dehydration. We think of dehydration like not having enough water, not drinking enough, and more for your digestive system or other systems in your body. But did you know your discs in your lower back, throughout your whole spine, you have discs in between each vertebrae. And those discs are made up of fluid, made up of water. Now, if you're over the age of 45, those discs do start to dry out. The disc space gets more narrow, and people can develop arthritis or lack of space between each level, and it irritates the bones there. Well, if you hydrate yourself and you have enough fluid, good fluid like water or things that are not going to dehydrate you, like too much coffee, tea, alcohol, then the hydration really affects your back pain. And you can feel like you move with more ease because the discs are made up of the fluid, and it'll absorb that fluid and create more shock absorption through your spine. So as a general rule, take your body weight in pounds divided by 2, and that gives you the amount in ounces of water of a minimum you should be drinking. Now, if you're someone that drinks a lot of coffee or a lot of things that dehydrate you, you have to balance it out with some good fluids as well. And things in your diet with food, with fruit and vegetables, those are going to contain water as well. So something to think about, that dehydration actually can cause back pain, especially more of that stiffness first thing in the morning. So sleeping positions, I did another video over on this, so after you watch this video in its entirety, you can go back and watch a video I did about the best sleeping postures, especially if you're having back pain or sciatica. But your sleeping position can make a big deal. So if you're someone that sleeps on your stomach all the time, you're really closing down those disc space in your back, and then also you're putting your neck at a funny position where it's in backward bending and rotation. And if you're staying in that position for a lot of time over the night for hours on end, you're gonna wake up a little more stiff and rigid. So one of the best positions that you can be in is on your side, aligning your spine with your hips. And in women, we have a little bit wider hips, so it really helps to sleep with a pillow between your legs, and this will line up your hips with your spine and keep everything in a little more alignment. When you're sleeping in a position where you're really side bent or you're twisted and rotated, you're gonna close down on those spaces. So we wanna create more blood flow circulation to that area around your spine, and also more support. So using pillows to help you to your advantage. We also like to look at the pillow that you're putting in your neck area, and so you're not side bend too much, or your chin is not jutted way up if you're on your back. If you do sleep on your back, that's great. Make sure you put a couple pillows under your legs, because then that way it takes less pressure off of that lower back, creating less stress for the muscles around your back and supporting your natural curve of your lower back and your spine. So sleeping position can make a huge difference. If you're waking up every morning and your neck is hurting more or your lower back is hurting more, sometimes just creating a more comfortable position with using pillows and support can help a lot too. So the dreaded stress. Everyone has some sort of stress in their life, but we tend to carry a lot of that stress in our back. Now, for a lot of the women that I treat, they have a lot of neck issues, jaw issues, upper spine issues, and it creates into tension, headaches, migraines, even jaw pain or locking of their jaw. So having a lot of tension in those muscles, sometimes we can't consciously let go of it, and the same thing happens in your lower back too. That element of emotional or physical stress, things that we're doing on a daily basis and putting a lot of strain on our backs, but also a lot of mental and emotional things that we carry, those muscles are gonna guard and tense up. It's more of the subconscious reaction. So what do we need to do to combat this? Well, really evaluate your day. See what's causing you the most amount of stress. Is there anything you can do to change that or change your perception or reaction to it? Now, sometimes it helps for people to get this out and talk to someone. Sometimes it helps to do regular massages or have some body work, soft tissue work, which we can help with. Or sometimes it helps just going for an extra walk in the day, listening to music, something that's really gonna lower those levels of your nervous system being on a high stress, high anxiety level, because that's when your muscles are gonna adapt and they're going to respond, and they're gonna just react in that stress and hold more tension, which therefore creates that pain in your lower back. Now, the last thing that we're gonna talk about, I touched on in the very beginning with the inactivity part, but if you have actual disc degeneration or what's called degenerative disc disease, if you've ever heard of that term, it means that your lower back is now at a phase where you're aging, you're undergoing some symptoms of having some arthritic changes in your back. This is not end of the world. And I promise you, when people get an MRI and it shows that they have disc degeneration, you could compare one person with an MRI that looked exactly the same to someone else. One person may have symptoms and one person might not. Well, why does that happen? So disc degeneration describes that level after the age of 45 or 50. When those discs start drying out, you get more compression, especially in your lower back, where that disc space gets smaller and smaller and can put pressure on the nerves and on the joints in your lower back. So you may wake up every morning and just feel a lot of stiffness, achiness, and it's not feeling very comfortable because you don't have a lot of that space between each level of your vertebrae. So disc degeneration, your doctor may recommend a steroid injection, may recommend medication. But if you are not doing an exercise routine that includes some sort of yoga stretches, Pilates-based exercise is something we preach a lot, because it's gonna help with supporting the muscles around your back, which are gonna take up that shock absorption and create less pain in around that area. Now, I'm not just talking about working your ab muscles, but truly core strengthening and connecting your brain to those muscles will help elongate your spine and support your spine, especially in different positions too. So it can be something a type of exercise that you do forever, the rest of your life, but it can be fun and really geared toward getting you in shape as well. So go over to the video that I have about the 6 best Pilates exercises to help ease back pain. That is a very common one that a lot of people have watched and has helped really guide you in the right direction with what is Pilates and how that can help me too. So degeneration, not the end of the world. So many people go through this, but you can really combat the effects of it by doing the right type of exercise routine. And it takes consistency and it takes patience, but it can be very helpful. So there you have it. Those are the top reasons why your back pain is most likely worse in the morning. I hear this from so many of my clients, but it's one of the things that I love to help people on because they're usually not doing the right type of routine and exercise routine to help them. So if you learned something from this video, which I hope you did, comment below. Let me know if your back pain is worse in the morning. What have you tried? Maybe there's some solutions that I can elaborate on and help you as well. So comment below, like this, share this, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do. We have lots more informative videos about back pain, sciatica, Pilates-based exercise, and women's health topics to help you. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you learned something.